Valley. It was completed in 1752. Do you remember Bienville? I told you about him back in Pirate Alley. He planted a flag, established the colony. They sent him all those convicts. But when the convicts got here, he realized that 80% of them were men. And the 20% who weren't men weren't what you would call the Marian type. So he wrote a letter to the King of France. He said, please send 120 of your most beautiful and most eligible young ladies to be brides for the colonists. And he sent the letter to France. Well, the king and his counselors got the letter and they said, yeah, sounds like a good idea. So they sent him 88 women. That's where they got him. Got prisons. They rounded up all the street savvy ladies, all the murderers, pickpockets, thieves, ladies of the night. They wanted them to appear to be eligible brides. So they gave them all a beautiful dress to wear. Dresses of that time weren't your black sack dress that you just drop in a night bag. These were huge, elaborate affairs. You ladies know what I'm talking about. So they gave them all a box to carry them. The box was about this tall, about this wide, about this deep, made of wood. And in French it is called a casquete. They loaded them all aboard a ship and they sent them to the colony. It normally takes 3 months to get here aboard a sailing vessel from France, but their ship was blown off course in the Atlantic Ocean. It took them 5 months to get here. These ladies were below deck in what is called steerage for 5 months. They were on rations for 2 of those months, which means they were starving to death, and they had scurvy. We don't see scurvy a lot, so I'll run it down for you. It's a vitamin C deficiency. It makes your skin pasty white, bruises easily. You have red, bloodshot eyes. An aversion to sunlight. It attacks your joints, so you walk kind of stiff and funny. But here's the best part. It makes your teeth fall out and your gums bleed. The ship gets here. It's about 2 months late, but the colonists are very excited. The brides are here. The brides are here. They put on their finest clothes, and they go down to the levee to meet the ladies. And here they come off the ship. They're gaunt, pasty white. They can't stand the sun. There's blood pouring out of their mouths, and they're dragging coffins. The colonists are convinced that they have brought the scourge of European vampirism. They want to kill them all. In come the Ursuline nuns. Their mission is health care and education. They take in these ladies, nurse them back to health. They become known as the Casquete girls. And then one night, they all just disappeared. Well, where'd they go? Some of them may have died. Some of them may have gone back to Europe. Some of them may have been married to plantation owners' sons on the outskirts who also needed brides. But everyone in this colony was convinced that those ladies had just fallen off the face of the earth. And the custodian of that building had no problem telling everyone in town that there were 88 vampire coffins in the attic. Now the nuns have a problem. Everybody in town wants to burn that building down. There's a precedent. While we were burning witches in the Northeast, in Europe they were burning vampires at the stake. They want to purge that active hive. They want to eradicate those lapdogs of Satan. So the nuns, out of self-preservation, pull off what might be the greatest con job in the history of the Catholic Church. Think about that for a second. Instead of denying, instead of saying, what are you talking about? There's no such thing as vampires. They run with it. They say, oh yeah, that attic is completely full of vampires. But we have a plan. The Pope himself is going to bless silver nails. We're going to nail those shutters closed and imprison those vampires for all time and eternity. And the colonists say, cool. Y'all seen vampire shows, television movies, that kind of thing, right? Yeah. Throw me some numbers. How many nails would you use? Silver nails, blessed by the Pope himself. How many would you use to nail just one set of those shutters closed to keep vampires in? What do you think?
20.
20.
100.
100?
1.
1. It's like the Price is Right. $1. So we're between 1 and 100 now. That's a pretty good range. On my 8 o'clock, when I've got some folks who have been imbibing a little bit, I'll usually get the 1 million from the back. 300. 300 silver nails blessed by the Pope himself per set of shutters. Now, this begs a question, doesn't it? If it was just a con, if it was just a scam, why so many names? Yeah. To this day, there are only 3 groups of people allowed in that attic. It is not the nuns. It is not the custodians. Only the Archbishop, a man of cardinal rank, or the Pope himself are the only people allowed in that attic to this day. Now, that's a little odd, isn't it? In 1978, 2 women, self-styled paranormal investigators, vampire hunters, came to New Orleans. They've been bugging the Archdiocese, escorted off the property several times. One night they're down on Bourbon Street having a little liquid courage, probably hurricanes. They tell their friends they're going to get to the bottom of this. They're going to go break in. The next day they don't come back. Their friends call the police. The police kind of blow them off. Overnight in New Orleans, you got to give them a little more time than that. Probably still at the bar, maybe on somebody's couch. But within 24 hours, the gardener found those ladies' bodies. They'd been thrown up against the wall right over there by the gatehouse. They'd been completely drained of blood, not bled out, desiccated, mummified. The word is exsanguinated. Their recording devices and cameras have been thrown up against the wall with them, loose leaves and soil tossed on top to conceal them. So I'll leave it to you. Was it just a con? Was it just a scam? Or is that attic actually full of vampires?
What do you think?
I don't know. See, I've been around a while. I'm kind of thinking so. Well, the Pope can go wherever he likes.
True.
Some of you are looking a little nervous.